Check out the new build. This is the Gila Monster kit from DBRC Chassis Dynamics. It's a 3D printed and aluminum kit for the Traxxas TRX4M that's going to completely transform your truck. So we're going to jump in here. I'm going to show you the kit, what goes into it, what comes with it, the parts that I used to build this thing out. Then we're going to put it on the setup table. We're going to see how it performs by the numbers, get it on the course, and then go hit the rocks. I'm really excited about how the kit came out. So let's jump in and take a closer look, and then we're going to run it and see how it does. So a couple things to note here. The Gila Monster comes in a couple different variations. You can get the full kit for about 60 bucks, and then the cage is an add-on. So the whole setup I've got here, I think it's going to be just under 100 bucks for this chassis kit with the cage. With that complete kit, you're going to get a variety of different body mounts, different components. You're going to get the aluminum rails. There's a battery tray in here that will accept the stock battery tray strap, so you can use the stock TRX4M battery. You're going to get the mag mounts front and rear, a variety of different mag mounts actually. So there's a lot of versatility. You can run a bunch of different bodies on here, including the Flub RC bodies that will match up to this thing with specific mag mounts that it comes with. So you can see you get a whole bunch of stuff in the kit, including hardware, extra magnets, a whole bunch of stuff. So it is a very complete kit. Assembly on this thing was pretty straightforward. It utilizes the stock skid plate, and then you slap on the rails and build it out from there. So assembly was pretty simple, didn't take that long at all. Went together super clean. The print on these parts is really, really good. Very thick, very strong setup here. I'm gonna have the cage on here, but this thing had no flex in it, very stiff. It's also got a wicked angle on it. The chassis got an 8-degree angle on it, and it has these nice kind of boat style sliders underneath to get you good breakover and you slide up over those rocks. Multitude of shock placements here, front and rear. I love that the shocks thread into this printed piece here, so you don't have to worry about putting a nut on the back of your shocks. You want to make quick adjustments, you can on the fly. The thread right in through the holes. Love that. It comes in a variety of different colors. I opted to go with the purple, and it came in this really nice kind of satin purple. It's got almost like an iridescent look to it when the light hits it from different angles. Really, really happy with the color on it. I have a special body coming for this too that was custom painted. It's going to look rad, but I like how it looks so much as it is. I don't know if I want to put a body on it. To support the chassis, let's get into what I did to build this thing out. So on the axles, it's sitting on the Endura plus 4mm aluminum axles. I did brass C-hubs, brass knuckles, brass diff cover up front. In the rear, it's all aluminum, everything. I wanted to keep the weight shifted towards the front as much as I could. These axles come with the lay-down servo mount. I'm running the Endura 7kg servo here. For wheels and tires, I'm running the Endura Rainbow 1.3-inch wheels with the Klingon tires. Love these tires, and these wheels were a perfect match to this chassis. I did not buy these wheels to match the chassis. They just happened to be a perfect match. Suspension on this, I'm running the RC all-wheel drive 53mm shocks, I believe, on here. Shorter shocks on this, not a flex monster by any means. It's got good articulation, but I wanted this to be more of a performance build. So I kept the shocks conservative, but it does have very nice movement in the links. Speaking of links, I used ramp crab brass high clearance links here. One thing I did in the front, these ramp crab links are really big in the rod ends. So what I decided to try was to put the upper links on the outside of the servo mount. And it seemed to work really well. It's got super clean movement. I'm going to try this on one of my flexi builds to see if this frees up a lot more articulation, because that upper link mountage on the TRX4M is a pain point if you want to get maximum axle drop. They always bind up underneath the servo. But if we mount them on the outside here, I wonder if we can get more drop. So I'm going to be experimenting with that. But on this build, they seem to work really, really well. Powering this thing, I've got the FuriTech Micro Komodo in there. This came from the Stinger kit for the TRX4M. I scrapped the Lizard Pro that it came with though, and I'm running the Tegu 24 in the back here. Now this is an integrated ESC and receiver. Runs to the FuriTech Avatar radio. I utilized Velcro for the battery tray here. I'm running the Urgenix 450 milliamp battery in there. It's got the PH 2.0 plug. Plugs right into the Tegu 24. Nice and clean setup in here. I really dig this. Simple and minimalistic. No lights or extra wires or anything. Just nice and clean and well organized in there. Inside the transmission, I'm running the steel crawler ratio gears. Stock gear ratio in the front and rear axles. Now, I love how this thing came together, but let's see how it performs, both by the numbers and on the course. So let's hit the setup table and the four-corner scales now and see where we landed from a performance standpoint. All right, here we are on the four-corner scale. We've got a total weight of about 614 grams with the battery in it. Weight distribution isn't bad. We're 56% front, 44% rear. I'd like to see that a little more towards the front, but we can work on that. Weight bias is pretty good. Left weight's 49, 51 right. Here we are on the setup table. Let's check out the RTI first. Ramp travel index. Check out the articulation. So I didn't build this to be a huge flex monster, but we always got to check it out. We might max out the ramp. Just by virtue of the wide track, it's got quite a bit of reach. Oh, we're starting to come off right there. I'd say about 23 on the RTI, right at crazy crawler. Now let's try some side hill. $45, $50. $55. I'd say 56 on the side hill. That's strong. Now the vertical. Let's give this a try. $50, $55. Starting to lift now. $60. I'd say 62 on the vertical. Those are some impressive numbers. Here we are. We've got the Gila Monster on the indoor course. Let's check it out. Put some good numbers up on the setup table. Let's see if that translates into real world performance. There's the sheen on that cage. Look at that in the light. And those wheels. Oh my goodness, this thing looks fantastic. It looks big. I wonder if it's because of the cage or what, but it has a very big presence to it. Using tried and true components on this thing. I know those Klingon tires work fantastic on the indoor course. The Micro Komodo was the brushless setup I ran in the old FuryTech TRX4M build with the Beetle chassis. So this is a good strong setup here. Getting hung up there. Oh, there we go. Let's try an aggressive line up the canyon here. Nice. Sticking really well. Thing's wide. We can stick it on the bridge here. That gives you a good perspective of how wide it is. To do multi-point turn there just because of that width. So I can stick it there. That's good. Got to tune that FuryTech system. I haven't done anything in the app. I upgraded all of my firmware on everything. So I got to go in there and tweak it. But feeling a little jumpy right now. I can smooth that out. Nice. Being able to rip through the gatekeeper on the escalator there, no problem. A little bit of understeer there. We managed to stick it though. Chassis is very composed, I feel. Let's see how that side hill does in practice. Coming across the base of the chute, it's about 38, 40 degrees at that height that we're at right now. Thing's very planted. Try Hell's Gate. No issues whatsoever. So the Gila Monster dominating the indoor course. No big surprise there. Sure looks great doing it too. Oh man, that setup looks so good. Now I've actually already had this outdoors for the first run. You can see why it's a little dirty. But I'm going to take one more spin up the canyon here, and then I will show you guys that footage, and then we'll wrap this up. See how that all those links and everything move so well. Chassis is very well sorted out. Get those lugs up there. Oh yeah, nice. All right, let's go hit the rocks. First run with the Gila Monster. I'm actually doing this backwards. I haven't even tried this on the indoor course yet. Axel and I are out here with the big trucks. Figured we'd try the Gila Monster while I'm out here. Tires are brand new, never even been scrubbed in, so let's give this thing a whirl. Keep that in mind. I haven't troubleshot it or anything. This is just virgin run here. Trying to let the brushless do its thing. I'm in the real loose dirt down here at the bottom. Oh. The Klingons, come on Klingons. Do your thing, there it goes. Nice, that was pretty gnarly right there. I also upgraded the firmware on my Avatar radio and lost all my models and all my settings, so I'm still dealing with that too. See, it still feels pretty jumpy because I haven't got this thing tuned up yet. Running this on 2S. Glad I am because it's jumpy right now. Man, this thing does good though. Look at the purple, all the colors on this thing. Super sharp looking. This could be one of my, from an aesthetic standpoint, one of my favorite builds right here. Love how this thing came together. I got a great looking body coming. We'll see if I even put that on. I have to put it on because it's an awesome paint job. Wait till you guys see it. Haven't been to this crawling spot in a long time. This used to be Axel and I's go-to spot. Haven't been here in a while. This thing's really planted. Pretty happy with the setup. Just right off the bench. It's working really nice out here. I get those lugs over that edge right there. You can see that. Just got to get that tire to bite right there. Oh no, I lost it. Trying this over here on this rock pile. This used to be my proving grounds with the minis. The old stomping grounds here. It's still challenging because of the size of the holes from the rocks here. It's dangerous and really you gotta be strategic so you don't break stuff here. Really easy to do, especially on brushless power. The old Gila Monster is navigating this pretty well. Whoa. Nice. I'm really liking this chassis out here. It's working really good. Oh, there we go. Try some other challenge lines here. Good control there. The thing's nice and poised, really well planted. Nice, that was tough. Going through that clean. Right, I'm pretty happy with the Gila Monster from the first pass. I'm gonna get this back to the bench and do some tuning and some tweaking. Really impressed thus far. Cool looking kit, definitely functional. It's done great on this challenging. Whoa, look at that save. Holy smokes. Twice in a row. I'm in a battle right now. I gotta get this. Can't give up on the outro. Oh, we made it. Nice job, Gila Monster. All right, guys, I'm going to take this back home, do some tuning. Then I'll get to my indoor footage, but you won't see it in that order. But I really dig this kit. So I'm pretty impressed with the Gila Monster build here. I think from an aesthetic standpoint, this could be one of my favorite builds that I've ever done. The fit and finish of this kit is great, and that satin purple color combined with the Enduro wheels, man, this thing is sharp. But it's also got the performance to back it up. This thing crushed the indoor course and put up some great numbers on the setup table. Outdoor on the rocks, I wish I'd gotten some better terrain to try this thing out on. I'll have to take it to Crawler Heaven to see how it does out there. But on our rock pile, it did pretty good. That's a tough spot for the minis, and I feel like it didn't really showcase this thing's capabilities. I did take it out and hit the backyard course, and it crushed all of the hard lines on the outdoor rock course that I have in the backyard. So from a performance standpoint, I'm also very pleased with this kit. I do feel like it could benefit from a longer wheelbase. I found a few times coming up against some rock obstacles, it would loop out. I could get the front tires up over and get some traction, but it would just flip over on its roof. And I had some folks comment on Instagram after I put up some photos of this thing to run the high trail rear end on this thing, which would be perfect. I think if you could stretch this thing out, it would be a killer. So I think that'll be probably part 2 of this build. I'll put a TRX4M high trail rear end on it. And then I really think it'll be unstoppable. But big shout out to DBR Chassis Dynamics. This is a great kit for the TRX4M. It is on the pricier side for a printed kit, but you do get a lot of great components with it. It's tough, easy to put together. The aluminum rails and all the extra components that it comes with and the ability to run multiple bodies on it justifies the price. Plus it's got banging performance. But guys, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the Gila Monster kit? And should I keep doing more of these 3D printed chassis kits? Let me know your thoughts. I'll also put the link in the description down below for this chassis kit and the supporting parts that I used in this build. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.